Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles in this video. I think she thinks it's boring. I think she thinks this video is going to be very boring. We're going to talk about Apple TV Plus coming to Prime Video. Now, we did a video yesterday talking about how Hollywood is facing a cataclysm according to one of the money guys, big money guys in Tinseltown. He's like, yeah, streaming has basically destroyed Hollywood as we've known it, and all these services are going to have to combine. They're going to have to merge or something. And we just talked about it like 2 hours after we posted that video. This news came up that Apple TV Plus, which is failing, by the way, that it's actually going to be available on Prime Video pretty soon. That you can just do it as an add-on. I think that's what's probably going to happen more and more is a lot of these standalone streaming services will basically work like cable. It'll be like, you know, subscribing to HBO or Cinemax or whatever back in the day, and you just add it on to your existing service, your main service, which will be like Netflix or Amazon or even Disney or Hulu. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we're gonna go forward. Like I don't know if Paramount after the Skydance merger is going to be its own thing, or it's just going to be like, oh, you get the Paramount Pluto add-on or whatever they call it, Paradance, Sky Mount. Is that like the Mile High Club? Sky Mount. Is that Riker on Star Trek? You just add that on your streaming app or whatever. So let's talk about this. Before we get into any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, go out to Clownfish Minus. Join the Reef, 50% off your first month. Yeah, we got some podcasts out there that you're not going to find on YouTube. We're trying to build more of a solution off platform just in case things get incredibly weird. And I'm sure things are going to get incredibly weird here, especially with this being an election year. And we've also got merchandise out there, and you get a discount on that merch if you join the Minus Club. See, we're not a plus. We're Clownfish TV Minus. So this comes from The Verge. Apple TV Plus is coming to Prime Video. Prime Video customers in the U.S. can soon access Apple TV for an extra $9.99 a month. Amazon's adding Apple TV Plus to Prime Video, a move that could help bolster the iPhone maker's languishing streaming service. And we're going to talk about this because it's not doing well. Thank God they canceled Time Bandits. I don't think anybody wanted that. And a lot of people are mad at them because Fraggle Rock came back, but Moki doesn't look right. I don't even know what Apple TV Plus has. I think we subscribed to it to watch the Peanuts special, the holiday specials one year, and the Tetris movie or something. I think that was like I keep forgetting it exists, right? And I mean, this is a huge failure, right? So many people have iPhones, so many people have iPads, and they're having a very, very hard time getting people to subscribe to their streaming service. They said, yeah, it's going to be available on Prime Video in the U.S. later this month as an add-on, the same you'd pay directly to Apple. The difference is now Apple TV Plus is being promoted directly to Amazon's massive video subscriber base. So what we offer channel partners is hundreds of millions of subscribers around the world, said Prime Video head Mike Hopkins at Bloomberg Screen Time Conference. We see a lot more engagement. We're able to get subscribers for those businesses at a really attractive rate. Again, going back to our video yesterday, like I think all these studios would have been in a much better place if they had just kept their content on Netflix and not gone out and tried to do their own thing. Because it's not working very well for them, for most of them. And even, I mean, if a big player like Apple can't make it work, and a lot of people have been talking about Apple not making it work, that they have been spending way too much money. Business Insider said they've quietly admitted it's paying too much to run its streaming service. They're cutting back. They're cutting back on the budgets. They're cutting a bunch of shows. Yeah, they have Severance and Ted Lasso, and I actually haven't watched either one of those shows. I forget they exist. But yeah, so with the exception of Ted Lasso, most of Apple TV Plus's shows haven't found a meaningful audience, which makes it hard to argue that this is helping its services or push its marketing efforts. So they said Apple pulling back on spending, even if it's just a bit. What does that mean? It basically means that they can't make it go. They can't make it work. You know, Netflix is the clear winner. Amazon is the clear winner. I would say Netflix, Amazon, and possibly Disney and Hulu combined. And everyone else should just attach their streaming platform or their content to one of these services, in my opinion. We'll see. Yeah. So the terms haven't been disclosed yet. While Apple TV Plus has been praised for its roster of shows like Severance, Ted Lasso, and Foundation, the service has struggled to gain ground against Prime Video, Netflix, Max, Disney Plus, Hulu, this plus, that plus, blah, blah, blah. Currently, the 5 most subscribed streaming platforms in the U.S., respectively, Paramount Plus overtook the service in the market share last quarter. That's embarrassing. Paramount is not doing well, and they overtook them. And again, Apple TV Plus, like more than half of cell phone users have an Apple phone, an iPhone. And they can't muster up more. I think they thought it was in the bag, right? I think they thought, well, everybody that has an iPhone or an iPad, they're going to subscribe to Apple TV Plus, right? Of course they are. No, they didn't. They really didn't. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. Market research firm Antenna reports Apple TV Plus has some of the highest subscription cancellation rates among streaming providers. Having Apple TV Plus available within Prime Video isn't quite the same as bundled deals like Comcast's all-in-one Netflix, Cock, and Apple TV Plus offering, but the goal is the same: to attract more customers and reduce cancellation rates as audiences grow weary of managing an ever-increasing number of subscriptions and apps. For Amazon, Apple TV Plus joins over 100 streaming add-ons already available through Prime Video channels. I actually think we subscribe to a couple. I think we have Toku, but now I don't even know if I need that, because I know on like Roku and Pluto and stuff, they have all kinds of, they have like Shout Factory, and it's kind of nuts, all the stuff that's available for free, right? It's all part of the company's plan to become a global first stop entertainment hub, according to Hopkins, a goal that Apple once had for Apple TV, which I forget existed. Darwin says, I pay for the entire Apple service package and share it with 5 people. It's a great deal. The less I have to do with Amazon Prime, the better. Good Troll says, I find it odd that Apple TV Plus would be struggling. I found it's the one streaming service I keep coming back to. Ted Lasso, Silo, Foundation, Severance, a bunch of shows I haven't even tried out yet that are acclaimed or look good. I guess my likes right now are in their wheelhouse. Yeah, there's just too many. There's no evidence that Apple TV Plus is struggling, says Darwin. The Verge certainly has no idea if it is or not. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely struggling. This has been making headlines. They're cutting back. They're canceling shows. I think that other companies would be happy to have the success that they're having, but it's Apple, and this is a company that just they're not used to losing money, right? They've got like billions and billions, I think trillions of dollars in cash reserves. Like, they're massive, and there was talk that at one point they might even buy Disney, and I think that still might happen at some point. It might not be for a few years, but if Disney continues to devalue itself, I could totally see them buying Disney. It's a nice move. Yeah, let me get this straight. You won't offer iMessage or FaceTime on Android because you want people to buy an iPhone, but you'll make Apple TV Plus on Amazon, which is literally a direct competitor. Yeah, I think it's their content, so like Apple Studios or whatever. Now, here's a movie that's actually pretty good, and I think it was Apple. I think Apple made this. Fly Me to the Moon. Have you guys seen this yet? Geeky and I watched it about a week ago, and it surprised me. I did not expect it to be the movie it actually was. It's ScarJo and Channing Tatum, the Magic Mike guy, Duke, Gambit, and it's about the moon landing. If it were faked, but not actually, and I thought it was going to be a very different movie than it was, but it actually was pretty good. It was actually pretty reverent, I think, to astronauts and the space program, and I just loved the cinematography. I mean, it did a really good job. It looked like every frame of this movie looked like something from Life magazine. So that was Apple. So I'd recommend checking that out. But yeah, guys, we're seeing end stage streaming. Everybody's consolidating. It's Highlander, and there we go. It's going to continue to happen, and eventually it'll just be Netflix and Amazon again. That's probably what's going to happen. 5-10 years, just Netflix and Amazon. You just make content for Netflix and Amazon and YouTube. We'll talk later. Join the reef. Go to clownfish-.com. That's clownfish-.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfish-.com. Thank you so much for the support.